Everybody, this is Natasha Wilkinson, your independent scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So, I have a couple of parcels here that I am going to go through with you. So, the first one I'm going to go through with you is my Scentsy Club for the month of November. So, this Scentsy Club is a little bit different than my other Scentsy Clubs. For those of you who do not know what Scentsy Club is our auto ship or subscription program where you can put consumable products into and get it at your desired frequency. So you can choose to have a club come to you once a month, once every 2 months, or once every 3 months. Now, I do stress it is for consumable products only, so you can't pop warmers or buddies, that type of thing in there, but anything that you use up on a frequent basis. One of the perks of Scentsy Club is at $51 you will get a 10% discount. At $101 you will get a 10% discount plus your choice of a half price item. This particular Scentsy Club that I have here generally only has 5 bars in it. So when I initially had this particular Scentsy Club, I was designing my Scentsy Club subscriptions on different email accounts so I could have 3 quarterly Scentsy Clubs, but come to me at alternate months. So I would have in 1 month a Scentsy Club that would come, which would contain scents I primarily use through the winter. Another month, once every 3 months, scents that I primarily use through the summer, and a third month where I had scents that I use all year round come to me on that third month once every 3 months. And my idea was to scatter them so they weren't coming at the same month. But I messed up doing that when I first designed that kind of frequency scheme, and ended up having my winter and my all year scents come at the same month, which I didn't really want to do. So I then went and redid it again. But the time I went and redid it again, there were certain bars that were locked in that I would lose if I cancelled this particular club out completely. That is another big perk of Scentsy Club. Always get my bar. So you can pop in while it's available in the catalogue, while it's available as a limited time offer, while it's available on the website. You can pop in your favourite bar, and if it discontinues, because it's in your Scentsy Club, you will still get it shipped to you on the frequency or basis that you chose it to come, and you will not lose that bar, even though it may not longer be available for purchase. So that's why this club's still here and while it's still kicking, because there were 5 bars that were locked up as an always get my bar, and I didn't want to lose them. If they come back again and bring back my bar, I will move them over to my actual club, which I now use for my winter scents, because this was originally what was my winter club, which now contains only 5 bars. But because we are hitting here in Australia our summer, it's quite hot. Basically from November to February, if I can and haven't used my one-off skip. You can skip a club shipment if you don't want it to come that particular month. And you're allowed to skip once every 12 months before losing that always get my bar perk. If you skip more than once every 12 months, then you will lose your always get my bar perk. But because I haven't used my 12 monthly skip yet in my other clubs, basically my other clubs, and the one that would tend to come as my big club this month I skipped, because from now until February, we're at the peak of our heat here in Australia. And my bars are starting to come quite juicy, so I'm just trying to realize I've got a lot of bars here I can get through. So if I can save some juicy bars coming to me and save some bars coming to me in this heat, I will by skipping those particular clubs over these few months. So normally I would have my big club come to me this month, which contains my half price item. This club normally only reaches the $51 threshold where I get my 10% off. It doesn't reach the $101 threshold where I get my half price item. That's normally in my big club, and what I normally have in my big club each month come as my half price item is November's Whiff Box. So a Whiff Box is essentially our mystery box. Each month Scentsy does a mystery box. It will cost you $51 on the website. If you pop it through Scentsy Club, because it's already $51, you're going to get your 10% discount. So that's going to bring it down to $45. But if you have 101 Scentsy Club, not including this, you can choose a half price item, which can include the Whiff Box for $25. So that's generally how I get my Whiff Box. So what I did with this club, I added some extras in to reach that half price item so I could get November's Whiff Box for half price. Now the Whiff Box will include an assortment of full-size products up to $51 and over, plus some samples usually, and it changes every month. I will be doing a separate video of what's in November's Whiff Box because I do have another order I want to show you with my Scentsy Club in this video, so I don't want it going on too long. So stay tuned for a new video for November's Whiff Box, which is what I chose as my half price item. So let's delve into the rest of what's in November's Scentsy Club, shall we? So I'm going to start off with the bars that were initially in my club, that will stay in my club, that I didn't add extra to get to that half price item. So these are the bars that generally stay in this club. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Vanilla Oud. So this was a Bring Back My Bar 3, maybe 4 Bring Back My Bars ago. It was a Bring Back My Bar a while. Scentsy have twice a year the opportunity for us to vote back favourite bars, and then for a month we're able to purchase those bars or pop them in Scentsy Club. So Vanilla Oud for me is this rich, deep, sensual, woodsy, earthy, masculine but perfumey scent at the same time. It is absolutely fantastic for the bedroom. Absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite scents. I love to warm in my master bedroom. I will pop the scent notes up above of each of these different bars just so you know what's exactly in it. But I don't see this leaving my club anytime soon. If they do come back in future, Bring Back My Bars, I will bring them over to my actual club that I want them in. So hopefully at some stage I can get rid of this club. But I need those 5 bars to go over to the other club. Pardon, I've got a bit of a dry throat here. The next one, this one I do contemplate taking out of my club, but just never quite get around to doing it. And that is Caramel Sugar Cone. This one generally comes to me winter, summer, very goopy. So what Caramel Sugar Cone is, if you love caramel scents, you would probably enjoy this. But it's not a ooey, chewy, gooey caramel type scent. It is more the syrup. So it's more a syrupy caramel. what it reminds me of back in the day when I was a child, and it makes me sound so old saying that, but I remember the fruit and veggie section having beside the apples a big bucket where you could get either red or green toffee. You could get your apples, they were on a stick and they were dunked in toffee, red or green toffee. This reminds me of the toffee on those toffee apples. And what I quite often do with this scent, because it is very rich, sweet and syrupy, I will quite often take a apple scent and try and recreate that kind of toffee apple scent with this. So that's what I tend to use this for. Now, I kind of have to be in the mood to use this one. So that's another reason why I'm thinking at some stage this will probably end up being booted out of my club if I do need to make room at any stage, because it's one that I enjoy, but it's not a die-hard must-have for me. There are other caramel scents I do love a lot more. The next one, this one will never leave my club. This was the scent of the month in December 2020, and that is Arctic Kiss. So it has made its way as a popular comeback in Region 1 and 2 with a lot of extra products, but it never came back for us. We had it in our scent of the month kit in December and never got it back again. It did briefly pop up in a flash sale during a period, and I'm surprised that it didn't come back because it's beautiful. It is fresh. It is airy. It is sweet. It is clean. It is absolutely beautiful. Works brilliantly in open concept areas. I absolutely love it. It does have a melon note somewhere in the notes that aren't in the description. And for me, I want this all year round. I'm kind of regretting only having one come every 3 months. I thought I would only need to have one come every 3 months because I had the scent of the month kit, but I blew through them, and I blew through a bunch of them I purchased in that flash sale as well. So this is one, if it did get voted back, I would definitely increase the quantity of. Another one that I would definitely increase the quantity of if it came back as well is apple butter frosting. So this was also a bring back my bar, and it is slightly spiced apple with that rich creamy butter frosting. It is a brilliant mixer, beautiful by itself. It's warm and comforting. Now, I totally would put more in my club if I could, and this nearly didn't make my club at the time. So it was a bring back my bar, and as a consultant, we're actually able to purchase bring back my bar kits the month prior to the bars being released to the general public, and the one I got in that kit was quite old, and when I warmed it, it smelt like rancid, gone off butter. It was not enjoyable at all. So they obviously had some old stock somewhere in the warehouse that they were trying to get rid of before they poured new ones, and based on smelling that, it very nearly didn't go in my club. The only reason I ended up putting one in my club at the time was I had heard so many reviews from Region 1 who had this as a staple in their catalogue at the time of how wonderful and beautiful this smelled. And I thought, now there must be something wrong with that bar I have, because it's contradicting everything that I smelt with this old bar that had lost all except some rancid burnt butter. So I popped one in my club hoping to get a fresh pour when that club shipped. So 3 months later that club shipped. Bring Back My Bar promotion was over, so I was no longer able to purchase apple butter frosting, but because that club shipped, in my club I got a fresh pour and it was beautiful. The only problem was I wasn't able to increase the quantity. While an item is available for purchase, you can pop as much as you want in your club. But once it locks off as an Always Get My bar is vaulted and no longer available in the catalogue or available on the website for purchase, you cannot increase the quantity in your club. So this is kind of one I wish, if it does come back, I will definitely be increasing the quantity because I tend to use it as soon as it comes in. Another one that I can't seem to keep and gets used as soon as it comes in is Happy Birthday. So this is just a rich birthday vanilla cake. Sometimes when it warms you get a little bit of a chocolate note. Sometimes you just get that very rich vanilla cake. It's also a brilliant mixer. So that's generally, these 5 bars are generally what comes in this club, and that's it. But as I said, I added a few things so it would reach up to that $101 and allow me to get my monthly gift box at the $25 that I normally purchase it at. So some of the things I added were some bars that are new to me and they're first sniffs to me that I have never tried before. So I have 3 new bars that we're going to talk about now. 2 of them are actually about to be folded back up at the end of this month. So 2 of them you've only got a few days left to grab if they are bars that interest you. And I very nearly didn't grab them because honestly, I've got so many cologne scents at the moment I haven't gone through because I'm not a cologne person. If I do have cologne, it tends to be the bathroom and the laundry, and it's just not a scent that I gravitate towards. But we have been bombarded with so many cologne scents lately in a lot of collections. I still like to get them to try them and to review. They're coming out of my ear and I'm just not even feeling a need to reach for them. It's like I'm burnt out on cologne. But I did end up picking them up and putting them in this club shipment to do a review for you guys. And my daughter actually does enjoy cologne scents, so she will probably end up taking over 2 of these bars after we review them. As I said though, these ones are about to be folded back to these 2 bars I'm about to talk about now. Let me just pull up the website. So we recently had our rugby collection out, and these bars are based from our rugby collection here, which is a football game, and the 2 big teams are Wallabies for Australia and the All Blacks who represent New Zealand. So basically the 2 scents that are basically representing, you may as well say region 3, because region 3 here is Australia and New Zealand, but these are kind of our nation's sport, you could say. So let's find the rugby collection here. As I said, you have until the end of this month to purchase the rugbies or the All Black scent or pop it in your club. After the end of the month, it will be vaulted back up and no longer available for purchase or to add to club. So I'm going to start with the All Blacks. So this is the team that represents New Zealand, and it is described as sparkling citrus issues a defiant challenge with a rush of cool mint and fir balsam. So I'm not a citrus fan, but I do enjoy mint, and I do enjoy tree if it's not too pine or too heavy tree. I enjoy the sweeter tree scent, so that's going to be interesting. And it's this black wax. We have never had a black wax before, so this is very, very, I think my daughter's going to like this because it's very fresh but very cologne-y at the same time. that fir balsam is the same note that's in Roll the Dice, but it doesn't have that musky odor that a lot of people don't like in it. This is coming across still slightly powdery but not musky. So you get that powdery freshness mixed with a very clean cologne note from All Blacks. As I said, I don't hate cologne notes. They're just not something I myself personally reach for, and that's kind of what these are going to be like, because they're a sports team. They're trying to represent the sport. And I have watched reviews where everybody is saying they're cologne-y, so I kind of can see them being cologne-y just based on the name and what they're to represent as well, if that makes sense. So the next one is the Wallabies, and that is the team that represents Australia in our rugby union sport. And this is described as energised bergamot charges down the pitch supported by sage and cedarwood. So I already know this is going to be cologne-y, because a lot of Scentsy's bergamot scents to my nose do come off cologne-y, even though it's a citrus. But I'm thinking sage and cedarwood might make it a little bit more earthy. So it might be more an earthy cologne as opposed to All Blacks, which was a fresh cologne. Let's smell. So it's this really bright mustard golden yellow. And yeah, so you get that perfumey cologne from the bergamot, but then there's this deeper woodsy undertone with this one. It's almost coming across a little bit soapy. So clean cologne, clean fresh cologne, woodsy, deeper would be what I would describe the All Blacks and the Wallabies as. As I said, they will be leaving us at the end of this month. So I will warm through these bars, try them, enjoy them, but they're not ones that are going to stay in this club or any other of my clubs. After this video, I'm probably going to log in and delete them out and just enjoy the one bar of each I brought to try. So the last bar in this collection that I picked up is a new collection that's just released, and it was released with a warmer. I wasn't interested in the warmer, and I wasn't just going to go onto the website. It was released at the beginning of this month. I wasn't just going to go onto the website to purchase one bar and pay the same amount of shipping as I was for the bar when I knew this Scentsy Club was processing, and I could throw it into this Scentsy Club, save on shipping, and get 10% off at the same time. And that is our Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs bar. So this is recently just out. It is still available for purchase and still available to add to Scentsy Club. So we are going to just pick up the, I guess you could say, scent description. So the Snow White Scentsy bar is: cherish the pure beauty of lily of the valley, smooth vanilla and a bite of lush apple, while an undertone of sandalwood sweeps you off your feet. So this is pretty. It's fruity floral. There's a sweetness about this that I can't quite pick up on. I'm getting a lot of that apple, but there's a very sugary, almost candy-like sweetness mixed with that powdery. Oh, it's not even powdery, but mixed with like a floral. There's like it's coming across almost a little bit perfumey. This is quite pretty, so I'll be interesting to get this in the water. I don't know that it's one that I want to keep in my Scentsy Club, but it is very pretty. It's very summery, it's very bright. It's perfect for this time of year. I could definitely see myself picking up a few more of these. I just don't know that it's going to be one I'd want to keep in my Scentsy Club. That little sweet note that I'm picking up kind of doesn't blend as much as what the other notes are. So that kind of note's a little bit off-putting to me, but I don't hate it. I just trying to work out what it is, and I can't work out what it is, but I will be definitely warming a bar of this and trying it, and I'll probably pick up a few more, enjoy a few over summer, but I don't feel that this will stay in my club either, to be honest with you. So they are the bars that were in the club, and I did pick up a scent flower in cashmere and corduroy, and for those of you who do not know what a scent flower is, it's basically a reed diffuser but shaped like a flower. This is the one for my bathroom. This one is lavender and vanilla from the Mother's Day collection, but I did pick up a flower in cashmere and corduroy, and this poor little box is quite stained from the oils of the bar. But that was my monthly Scentsy Club. So let's delve into the second box. So this box, here in Australia, we've been getting weekly Friday deals where certain select products from the catalogue have been up to 50% off. And I do have a market event coming up. I was hoping to use that for the market event. But what I was doing with my market event items is choosing items that if they don't go at the market event, I'd quite happily use myself. So, which is why I chose cashmere and corduroy. It's one of my favourite fragrances. So they're for myself and for the market event, because I don't keep a mass amount of inventory, and if I do market or events like that, I tend to buy things that if they don't go, I know I'm going to use myself and enjoy, so they're not being used as just an inventory stock up that I don't have the room for and just don't use. So I picked up from that Friday sale our Silenero warmer, and this, I'm not going to light it up. As I said, I want to use these for my vendor event that I have coming up at the Carabai Christmas, or Christmas in the City event, whatever it's called here. So this is not a glass, a ceramic warmer. Comes with a 25 watt bulb. And this one I kind of feel is one you could use at Christmas time, even though it's not a Christmas one. You could still make it very Christmassy by putting a coloured globe in this. But it's also one that could be used as a really beautiful gift to someone, no matter what decor their house is, because it would blend in so well. So the dish takes up to 4 cubes. So this is the dish here. As I said, I'm not lighting it up because it is going to be used for my market event, but this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's kind of got those florally design or the poinsettia type design look about it. So if you put a green or a red globe in this would become very festive and very Christmassy. So that's the Scenario Warmer. I did pick up a mini fan diffuser for the cars. One thing I find that's quite popular is I put together one of these with a car bar and the pods that they go with. This one's just the basic grey colour. I put together them in a nice little package, and there's a car kit ready to go. You can also pop in a room spray if you wanted to enhance the car kit, but I find a lot of people like to have that like gift packaged up, ready to go. So I grabbed another one of them with a coconut lemongrass car bar, and I will pop some pods in coconut and lemongrass in, and that will be in a little package ready to go as a car kit type option. So the next thing I got, this one's actually for myself. So this is the special day delivery cover. So we had some retro Christmas warmers come back, including a red ute truck. I didn't pick that one up, but what I do have from the Father's Day collection 2 years back is the black retro truck, which is exactly the same as the red one, but black. So this Christmas tree delivery lid that's meant for the red truck will fit just the same in the black truck, which is sitting on my coffee corner. I've redesigned my coffee corner. I'll insert a picture up above with this on it to show you my redesign of my coffee corner for the Christmas season. So it's basically a little Christmas tree topper that's going to sit on the U like that. As I said, I'll insert a picture up above here of my coffee corner with this all set up. So that one was for me. And the last thing I picked up was a Catching Snowflakes mini warmer. So this is from our Christmas selection, but again it fits right within my decor, so if it doesn't go at the markets, it's coming home to me. Again, not lighting up, but as you can see, it's a little mini warmer with cutout snowflakes, and those cutout snowflakes will cast that design. This is like a tin on the wall. Very pretty. And this is something I find snowflakes fun. I'd love to keep that out all year round. The same as my pumpkin. My pumpkin I'll keep out all year round, even though they're probably not meant to be out all year round, but I don't care because they're so pretty. So as I said, I chose things for my market event that I would use myself if they don't go at the markets or at the vendor, because it's not a market, so it's a Christmas by Carolites, Christmas in the city type thing with stores basically. So I specifically chose items that if they don't go at the markets, I'm going to enjoy myself. So that was my little haul. That was my Scentsy Club. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until later, bye for now.